Fighter removed, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor has been removed from the UFC active roster. He wanted to fight in the White House July 4th next year. He got himself back in the testing pool, which makes some people wonder, speculate that, hey, did he test piss hot, test positive for something? Someone should check on Michael Chandler is what some people think. Others think that Conor was never going to come back anyway. He fought twice in 2021 and never came back after that. To everyone messaging, asking, is this true? Yes, according to the official roster, our API indicates he has been removed. We're unaware of negotiations between Conor McGregor and the UFC. Ariel Helwani contends that Conor McGregor has not parted ways with the UFC. Both Conor and his team confirmed this to me. He also confirmed he's back in the pool and has submitted a test and have come back clean. It's all systems a go, he says.
Okay, so earlier today, a lot of those social media sites that like to post roster updates posted that Conor McGregor was off the UFC roster, had parted ways with the UFC, something like that. Well, I reached out to Conor himself, and he confirmed this is not true. He has not parted ways with the UFC. His team also told me he has not parted ways with the UFC. Not sure what that's all about. I think those sites are usually relatively correct for the most part. So I'm not sure what this is all about or why that was posted or if they were hacked, but he confirmed, they confirmed, he even confirmed that he's back in the testing pool, has sent in some tests. The first one came back clean, and he said, quote, all systems a go. So you've seen the training footage. He has said he wants to fight at the White House. Michael Chandler saying earlier this week that's what he wants as well. Do we finally get it in July of 2026? The 4th of July, the 250th birthday of the United States? We shall see. But for now, all those reports and those posts, not true.
This is the official poster for UFC 320, October 4th, main event, Ankalaev versus Pereira Part 2. Ankalaev looking to defend his belt for the first time, whereas Pereira's looking to avenge that loss. Dvalishvili versus Sandhagen's the co-main event. Corey's going to try and solve the riddle of Merab, deal with his pace and pressure. No one lately has been able to contend with that. First athlete to win a Dana White Contenders Series contract and debut the same week, Besunger Susurkayev, who makes his debut on Saturday against Eric Nolan. Besunger will be fighting on the prelims. 4 days between Dana White's Contender Series fight and UFC debut. Hamzat, who's in the main event, had 10 days between his UFC debut and his second UFC fight. This fight is off Saturday's card because Bobby Green is injured. He can't walk, so he can't make the fight.
What up, what up? I worked so hard to get here. So hard. I went through a lot of bullshit to get here. And back in the days, I've had pullouts, you know? But somewhere along the line, I said, I'm not ever pulling out of a fight. If I gotta fucking limp my ass there, I'll limp into the cage. But I'm never pulling out. This one is a little bit different. I can't even fucking walk, guys. If I had a broken hand, I wouldn't say nothing, I would fight. And so I'm sorry to anybody I let down. I let myself down even more than that. You know, it just sucks to take this stuff, bro. I got things to do. I got people that I look up to me and need me and take care of. And so I got the fucking crutches right here to fucking bullshit you not, bro. It is what it is, man. And I'm really sorry, and thank you for everyone that really rides with me. This shit is really appreciated. And I'm really sorry. Peace.
Besides the Green versus Ferreira fight, this fight is also canceled for Saturday's card, but there's still 13 fights on the card. Oliveira and Fiziev headlining UFC Fight Night Rio on October 11th. A lot of people are wondering why Charles Oliveira is fighting so quickly after getting KO'd badly by Ilia Topuria. Maybe he should wait longer. One of those guys who thinks he should wait longer is Dan Hooker.
6 weeks ago, he was knocked out bad, unconscious. And now in 8 weeks' time, he's going to step in the cage against Rafael Fiziev. That's three and a half months between that last knockout loss. So you're telling me right now that he's in training camp, inspiring, getting hit in the head. After that, 6 weeks' time, after getting absolutely stone cold flatline. As a fan, I can't see anyone even wanting to make this fight happen.
Dan Hooker thinks that Oliveira has a bunch of yes men around him who aren't telling him to wait and let his brain heal and recover.
I don't know why you're getting upset about it. You can't surround yourself with a bunch of yes men. I don't know what his manager's doing. I don't know what his team's doing. I don't know what his coaches are doing by even letting him fight that quick. Of course, as a fighter, you want to get that back. But the people around you should be protecting you from yourself. They should be telling you that this is a horrible idea. Charles, I don't give a flying... I knew it was going to be hard for me to not swear during this round. I don't care about you at all.
And Oliveira's accusation that Dan Hooker is dodging him, Dan Hooker says is false.
False. Accusations. You think that's really how that phone call went? I said, do you want to fight semi-conscious Charles Oliveira? And I said, oh no, I'm scared of Charlie Olive's lifeless body floating around the cage. No, that's not how that went down, my friend. I was never offered that fight. I require medical clearance. He did not medically clear me for October. He cleared me for November. Now, I don't know if he could give me Dr. Doolittle's number or whatever veterinary clinic that he went to sign off his brain, because if he put his brain, it would still be mashed potatoes in an MRI machine. But I don't know who watched his last fight against Ilia Topuria and see the back of his head bounce off the mat like a basketball, and they said, you know what? I would like to see him match for a fight in 6 weeks' time against Rafael Fiziev. That makes absolutely no sense.
Fiziev will have a big opportunity to move up in the rankings, go from number 10 to 4, up 6 spots if he can beat Charles Oliveira on October 11th in Rio. Dan Hooker doesn't have a fight scheduled. He's in between them at number 6 in the lightweight division. Lazy King taking on former UFC fighter Kevin Jousset Friday, September 26th. Jousset's coming off a loss in the UFC in February to Jonathan Mikhailov.
Woke up twice last night. I was in a gunfight and I ran out of ammo. So, Brain, I'm taking 120 rounds to bed. You're not going to run out of ammo. Fucking put the paranoia away. You're not going to need it. Let me fucking sleep tonight. You're not going to run out of ammo.
Quang Lee will be taking on David Martinez at UFC Fight Night San Antonio, Texas. That's UFC Noche, September 13th. Quang Lee is replacing Carlos Vera. With Mihail Amavov, RDR, and Anthony Hernandez in the mix, DDP's excited about all the new contenders at 185, but he was particularly impressed with the last performance of Anthony Hernandez.
The last few performances at middleweight, which one has stood out to you the most, is the most impressive? Anthony Hernandez, I have to say. His last fight against Elite was very, very impressive. Of course, the fight with RDR and Whitaker was a big test for him, but it was a very, very, very close fight. Some could say dodgy decision, others say it's the right decision. I don't even have an opinion on decision. I mean, if they gave that fight to Rob, I would 100% agree. If they gave it to RDR like they did, I 100% agree. It's one of those fights, but Hernandez was the one. Obviously, the Elite is ranked number 9, I think, when they fought. So, but he looked incredible in that fight. He looked incredible. Nobody's ever done that to the Elite. And I mean, the Elite fought Imamov as well. He's fought some big names, and nobody has been able to do that. So that was super impressive. But I mean, you have Imamov and Kyle, who both of them are on a crazy run too. So it's easier to look good against number 9 than it is to look good against number 2 or 3. I have to tell you that.